Alrighty, let's go ahead and finish up this course, or this game specifically, by distributing it for the world to see. So, when building your game, there's a few things we want to do. First off, make sure everything is saved. Make sure everything is published to the cloud so that if you need to re-download this project in the future, you're at this current state. And last but not least, we need to go to File, Build Settings, and we need to go ahead and add our current scene to the build. So we say add open scenes, like collapse here we go. So it will add the current scene, and then what we can do is we can select a platform that we would like to distribute this to. So we have iOS, we have WebGL, PC, Mac, Linux, then you have all of the big players as well. So what we're interested in doing here is if you have a website, then using some sort of FTP client or web host, you can upload the project and you'll be able to access the web page that's generated, and it will be able to, and it will display your game. So I'm going to go ahead and show you both. I'm going to create a web page here, so WebGL build, and let's go ahead and do build. Now, one thing you can also do is if you decide to upgrade at a later time, you can actually click on player settings. You can change your company name, so like My Awesome Game Company. You can give your game a product name. You can give it a default icon, a default cursor for when they're using your application. And then here, if you have a splash image, you can actually modify it. You can swap out Unity's default splash screen and add your custom one if you have a pro license or a plus account. Okay, so when we're ready to build, simply hit build. And let's go ahead and call this demo. And you need to create a folder to select. So inside your Galaxy Shooter project, new folder, let's call it demo, and we'll say WebGL. We'll select that folder, select. And now what it's going to do is it's going to compile your project and create the necessary packages so that you could upload this to a web host. Now once it finishes building, you'll get a new folder. It will automatically pop up with a folder, and you'll see here your demo WebGL build. Now these three files are what you're going to upload to your web server. So if you have an FTP account, you can just drag and drop this onto wherever you'd like to store it on your website, or you can directly go into your cPanel and upload this. If you ever need any help uploading this to a website, please post in the Q&A discussion and I will be happy to help you. What I am going to do right now, on my other monitor here, I do have my FTP account open on a directory on my website called demo. So I'm going to drag these three files into there, and that will cause it to start uploading those files. And what we can do now is I can actually hop over to my website, and we can go to gamedevjohn.com/demo. And you'll see here it says transfer is finished. We go to the demo, and it's loading my Galaxy Space Shooter. So it may take a few minutes to load on the first time, but go ahead and let it sit here. It's going to upload, and here we go, Galaxy Shooter. And it's got a gray screen for now. There you go, made with Unity. That's the splash screen that you can actually replace. And here's our game. And now anyone who accesses my website will be able to see the game. Alrighty, very cool, right? So that's how we do a WebGL build. Now if you don't have a website, no problem. If you're on a Mac or a PC, select PC, Mac, and Linux standalone, and then go ahead and select your target platform. So for me, I'm on a Windows, and I'm going to simply go ahead and build. And we'll go ahead and call this Galaxy Shooter project. File name, let's go ahead and call it, create a new folder just like we did before, and let's call this PC build. Hop in here, and we're going to call this Galaxy Shooter. And it's going to save it as an exe. And just like before, it's going to go ahead and compile, build all the resources necessary to create a launch. And as soon as that's finished, we'll go ahead and check it out. Alrighty, so when the compilation finishes, you'll have a new folder called PC Build. And you'll see here we have a data folder that has all of our resources for the game, and then you have a Galaxy Shooter launcher exe application. Now, sometimes with a game this size, it could take anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes to build, so go ahead and let it take its time. Now, to play this, we'll double click our exe, we'll get this launcher. I'm going to go ahead and select 1920 by 1080. I'm going to go ahead and actually change it down to about 800 by 600. I want it to be windowed, and I'm going to hit play. You'll get the splash screen. And then here's our game. Now, I totally forgot to re-enable my, if I click off, the audio will stop. I totally forgot to enable my title screen. So other than that though, which I've done here, I'll go back in, enable it, and I just gotta rebuild it now. So I save my scene, I go to File, Build Settings, Rebuild, and then it will be okay. But as you can see, everything is working. Everything looks awesome. So now you have a way to share this with your friends and family. And I hope you guys enjoyed this course, and I will see you in the next game.